order, 10:04 on November 5th. First thing on the agenda is the minutes from previous meeting. I hope everybody, hi Julia, how are you, by the way? Hi Barbara and Emily and Russell.
Hi, sorry, I had my volume off. Hi.
Hi, how are you? So first thing is the minutes from previous meeting. Committee members have all received this, I assume.
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve?
Motion to
Yeah,
approve.
well,
Thank
I
you.
can make the motion to approve.
And a
I'll second.
second, thank you. And any discussion, corrections, deletions, anything anybody wants to say about them?
No, it was fine.
That's good, then we will approve the minutes. Second on the agenda is deer management statistics that Bo sent it to everybody on the committee, I assume. All right, I saw it. I did not bring a copy of it, but I sort of remember it. Number of deer taken in the October was, Julia, you may know this better than I, approximately 26 or,
Doc, I actually have the Bo's email here. Hold on.
if you could read that, that would be great.
Sure. Okay, so this was from Bo Payne. It was a deer and tick updates from as of November 5th. In terms of hunting, we had 26 deer from 8 hunters through the end of October, as compared to 15 from 10 hunters last year. Secondly, 13 of those deer were taken from 6 town managed properties, compared to 7 from 3 managed town properties last year. $150 in raffle prizes were awarded in the first 2 periods of the hunting season. In terms of cold storage and butchering of deer in our cooler that we have, 23 deer were stored through the end of October, as compared to 7 last year. 12 have been for personal use, as compared to 7 last year. And lastly, 183.5 pounds of meat were donated through the end of October, as compared to last year, 0. So that's a great improvement. And these numbers are up, as you can see.
Right, and I don't think it includes all the numbers. I talked to Bo yesterday about it. But that's, what it shows is an improvement in the number of deer we've taken. There are 2 possibilities that there's more deer, which may be true, but it also talks about the hunter that is out there. Julia, and I don't know the exact number, has taken a significant number of those deer, which proves which proves 2 things. It's the hunter is the most important thing, and the other thing is that women can do anything men can do and maybe better. So thank you, Julia, for your efforts out there. Okay, keep it up.
Yes, actually, when we get to the educational part, I have a little bit more information about some of the deer management project that I'm working on, which will probably explain some of the uptick in numbers as well. But I'll save that for the.
We'll save that either for education or new business, whatever, because there is other stuff on the educational.
Of course.
What we're going to talk about is the future and stuff. And Barbara Tarragon and Emily are on there, which I have communicated with a couple times, probably both spoke to them and have emails from them. So we'll talk about that at another, shortly. All right, so that's good. We'll take Bo's information we'll take Bo's document as informational. Next on it is, let me get my light. As you know, I need lights in classes. The educational report. Julie, you want to do that?
Sure. Let me just pull up some information I have here. Okay, so one of the things I started to do, this was before the recreational hunting season began, I'd say like in August, shortly after the Green Expo, maybe early September, I met with Christina, and we started to look at the Deer and Tick website and just started to make lists and compared it to different styles. We looked at some of the other town committee pages and how they organize their information. And so I started to make a list of ways that I would recommend that we revamp the website. These edits have not been done yet. It was just a preliminary meeting with Christina to kind of get a feel for it. I did put that on hold because unfortunately my duties are torn between that and also recreational hunting. So the hunting season began and I'm also trying to wear that hat and do that part. So we haven't done that yet. But as you explained, Chairman, that we had very lengthy conversations with Barbara and her family at the Green Expo, and she had offered some helpful ideas. One of the things that I have been putting a great deal of time and effort into, unfortunately, I don't have like fancy pictures to show you or like a presentation to give because it's very much like groundwork and boots on the ground kind of effort. But I have been trying to work on the struggle of land access. So part of the difficulty is that I understand that people are concerned about the number of deer, and obviously deer are one of several carriers of ticks, but access to land is always a challenge. So this year I made it one of my goals to try to connect landowners with hunters. But specifically, I wanted hunters that I had personally screened, people that showed to me that they were invested in Shelter Island. And one of the ways I did that was I went back to the original group of hunter mentors. So I chose people who had proven to me through their ethics and behavior that they were well invested in Shelter Island. And even if they didn't necessarily live here, that they spent a great deal of time on Shelter Island and put the time and energy into teaching young hunters. They also helped me with the archery program. So you could think of it kind of like maybe like a sorority fraternity initiation. I sort of put them through hoops to see how well committed they were, and they proved themselves that they were. And in fact, I would say most of these hunters have now become my friends and my professional colleagues. I've also can attest I've hunted with all of them personally on several occasions, both town property and private property. And then what I did was I reached out to specific landowners that had concerns about deer on their property. And I basically act as the handshake between the hunter and the landowner. And then I give them all the information. I probably spend on average an hour to an hour and a half with each homeowner. I sit in their home. I go over all the hunting regulations. I let them know about animal behavior, biology of deer, all that. And then I provide all the information, including the hunting license, the contact email of the hunter. And then I make the handshake, and then the hunter and the landowner start their relationship. And then I kind of back out of it. I did ask two specific landowners to just give a little attestation to their positive experience. And I'm hoping that if this sort of like little pilot effort that I'm working on does work out well this year, maybe it can be something that we continue next year. So the one landowner said, this has been an absolutely fantastic experience from the first moment when we connected with Julia on a post I made on social media. She spent time first communicating and writing, and then we met at my home where she explained everything in detail and answered all of my many questions. Her communication and attention to detail has been spectacular, from introducing me to my hunter to providing me with their hunting license numbers and credentials, while also ensuring that these people would touch base each time before using the hunting stand on my property. I have been thoroughly impressed and will continue to take part in this program for years to come if Julia continues to be in the coordinator role. And one other landowner, Adam said, we absolutely love working with this on managing the deer issue on our property. It is a true asset to Shelter Island, organized, proactive, and Julia is a clear communicator, making the process of connecting us with our hunter smooth and respectful for everyone involved. And the results speak for themselves, and the positive impact benefits the entire community of Shelter Island. So I read those to you to let you know that this so far has been working out pretty well. I also make sure that all these hunters do in some way communicate to Bo Payne the deer that they take. So we are being able to document these extra deer. So right now I have a team of 7 hunters who come on a regular basis and attempt to, harvest as many deer as they can. Granted, as Bo has already explained, we're dealing with human behavior, animal behavior, weather, and other variables. So it's not always so easy. But I do have to say it has been working out, and we have taken a lot of extra deer. And just to answer your question, Doc, I do feel like this has been more successful so far. There are a lot more deer. I personally have taken probably the most deer I've ever taken in a short period of time. So it helps, but you know, we're just a couple people, but we're trying. So
Yeah,
again,
but that's,
yeah, I was just gonna say, this is just to wrap up. This is just a part of deer management that I think is really important. And it's, you know, to have these specific hunters who have shown that they really care and are going to be here dedicated. They're not just passersby, you know, so. Anyway, I just wanted to share that bit with you. And then now that we've kind of hit this lull and I've got all these people working on their various, you know, with their various landowners, I can get my attention back to the deer and tick page. And if anyone has any suggestions for things you'd like to see on there or things you would like to have come off, please get in touch with me, and then I can work with Scott. And we can try to edit this page to make it more user-friendly and have the best presentation possible.
Well, so Julia, I mean, absolutely fantastic work. I mean, things were kind of dark at the end of last season. And this is a big turnaround, so thank you. Now, this is the deer meat available right now at the dump? I mean, at the recycling center?
Yes. Actually, the Bo sent a text out at, don't hold me to that, it was like 2 days ago. He sent out a text to everyone that the freezer was full.
yeah, and that's
people have been going, so.
That's somewhat unusual too. Normally in the beginning of the year, first of all, a lot of people don't hunt in October. Second of all, you usually take your deer or your 2 or 3 deer for yourself, you put it away. And it's usually not until November, December that we start to fill up that freezer fairly regularly. But Julia, again, let me just say you're doing an incredibly good job on that. You have now been promoted to deer hunter coordinator, all right? So keep up the good work. And then the real question is too, between you and Bo, as we need to make sure that there is a way for people that want to let their properties be hunted, get in touch with you and or Bo. And Bo, I know, is very busy, but you do the right way. You do it the right way between, you know, your introduction and everything. So I think if you can keep that up, that'll be a very important thing.
Yeah.
What we've seen in not just here, but across the country is there's less and less hunters and more deer. And the fact of the matter is, if we can get more hunters hunting on Shelter Island, we may tip that in our favor a little bit. So keep up the good work.
Yes.
Okay. Any more questions for Julia about education?
Oh, also, I just want to say, Doc, that I got an email saying that Miss Mininger, her video and chat is disabled. So I guess she couldn't reach Jessica. But I see the email just popped in my inbox and it showed up here on my screen.
Okay. Barbara, you're on?
I saw Barbara earlier. I saw her.
Yeah, I saw her name up there. She probably is. Okay. What is this for?
Everybody, yeah, she just gave a thumbs up.
I think she might have her hand, she has her thumb up. I don't know. She might be trying to ask to speak.
Well, she might be muted from the system.
Yeah, the policy is to keep until the chair asks to have somebody unmuted.
Barbara, if you are muted, unmute yourself.
Okay.
There's Barbara.
I think Emily needs to unmute as well.
Emily, you're there. Does somebody, if anybody wants to speak?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Good. Anybody has anything to say about education or Julia right now? We're going to come back to some more education at the end. We'll do it under new business or old business, whatever we want to do. But let's get the regular meeting out of the way. All right. Thank you, Julia. We'll take that all as informational. Next on the agenda is the schedule for next year's meetings. And what we have is, I don't have it right now. Just, okay, here they are. So this year, what we did for meetings was April 1st, or the June 3rd, August 5th, and then November 4th, and December 2nd. So that's the April, June, August, November, and December months, first Wednesday of each of those months. I would propose we keep it about the same. I was a little concerned that we were maybe going to try to do it in January, and I have a doctor's appointment in January, so I would not be here. But if anybody has any suggestions or want another one in there someplace, or start with that, we can always call a meeting anytime, all right? But that's what we did for this year, and I would suggest we keep it the same.
Yeah, I think it's good to have a meeting in April because that's after the new
Right.
season.
Well,
so
that's
we
what the
have
plan
more
was,
valid-
do it right after the hunting season, okay? And we, Julie, you and I and Scott will stay in touch about, because that's when we like to get our early education out also, just
Yes.
about that time. And whether we do it on, we'll do it on multiple ways, but we'll do it on, the reporter, we usually get a thing in the reporter, we usually get something online. And this year we may do something different too, okay?
Yeah.
So if we can have a motion to approve those meetings for next year.
Yes, I'll
Please.
make the motion to approve the 5 meetings for 2026.
It's
I'll
good.
second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. We'll take
Aye.
that as affirmative. Okay. And that's essentially all we have on the agenda, with the exception of new and old business. So I'm going to consider this under both new and old business. Barbara and I have talked several times, and I've had several emails. And Barbara, let me go through this, and then you can add anything, correct me, whatever, okay? We all, I think, agree that education is our major thrust right now. Hopefully Julia will push the deer management some more, and that'll come back into focus again. But right now, education across the country, everybody says, is the most important thing we can do. For a long time, I've thought about maybe we should have a general mailing to the whole, the whole island. And Barbara has brought that up again, and I think in some respects, it's a very good idea. What we have to talk about in education is what, how, when, and where. And I have several thoughts, and let me give them to you, and then we will discuss them further. We have two major pieces of literature or stuff that we have put out, or other people have put out, that are very good educationally. One is the book from Stony Brook talking about deer, tick-borne diseases, so everybody can see that. This is an excellent reference. It's very good. It's, we have it at certain locations, but probably not enough locations. We have talked about maybe doing a total mailing of this. We will discuss that maybe a little further. It's a little expensive. It's $3 a book about, okay? Then the mailing, I went to the post office and asked them, what does it take to do a general mailing? They couldn't say. They referred me to their website. I did that. I talked over here to Amber. They didn't know what it would cost to do it to the whole island. They referred me over to the assessor's office. They didn't really have an idea. But the fact of the matter is, the website actually, as best as I can figure it, if it's less than 2 point some ounces, which this is maybe about 2 or 3 ounces, and it's about 25 cents, 24.7 cents per piece is the best that I can figure. Then comes the question is, how do we get it printed? If we were to do this, it's $3. If we were to do just the other thing that we have, which is our, let me just read it exactly how we have it recorded here. Is our, wrong one. Is our tick management, brochure, okay, or little handout that we have. Let me just make sure I've got that right. Yeah, simplified tick
Yeah.
control strategies, all right? That's a 2-page little thing which goes through all of our tick control recommendations. You can actually do it on one page. Jessica just printed it for me, front and back. So that would be a possibility to send out.
Doc, can I just offer that
Yeah.
if you turn any material that you want, whether it be information off that Stony Brook pamphlet, or you want to take our Deer and Tick created, the management strategies, and you put it on a postcard, it's about close to $700 to hit every post office box.
That's what I figured, okay? So I figured at 25, and again, someplace I picked up along the line that we have about 2,500 resident boxes, all right? And if you figure that, you're talking 25 cents a piece, at 1,000 would be, $250, 2,000 would be 500, and 2,500 would be about $700, more or less. That I think would be for a one-page or thing. I'm not sure this would get put through at the same price, but it may get through. Second of all, this would be more expensive. The other thing that I'm concerned about is you can get this information to everybody. To get them to read it is a whole nother thing. This here, I find better if somebody sees it and picks it up and takes it home and wants to read it and use it as a reference. It's also pretty much after the fact. This talks about tick disease. We haven't prevented them from getting bitten yet. I'm more in favor of our tick prevention, our tick, strategies for tick bite prevention, which is the one-page thing.
That's an important one. That's
the most important and the easiest to mail if we are to do a mailing. All right?
Well, that's the question. Do we have to do a mailing? I mean, can we reduce this to a digital piece and email it? I mean,
it's all, well, maybe we can do it to a digital piece, but the fact of the matter is, I don't know how many people
you
get
don't
that
have all
from
the
the thing.
emails of people.
Right, we have a website, it's on our website, okay? This book is referenced on our website. This is all out on our website, so it's a matter of how many people get it.
or between the two political committees, I mean, Julia, you have a huge mailing list. The Democrats have a huge mailing list. Let's combine them and send them, and we can send it out that way. That probably will cover everybody.
It's a good idea, okay? So that we'll discuss and we'll figure out which is the best way to do it. The other thing is, again, that I think we need to get it in more places. And what I would suggest is that we take our tick strategies, fold it once, and we put it in here. And we have this at multiple places. Where do I think we could get it that we don't have it right now? One is I was over at the senior center and they said we could put some over there.
Okay.
Over at the assessor's office, we could probably put some there. A lot of people walk through. I'd like to have one go home with every student from the school.
Yes.
The other thing was maybe Mishamik would have some put out there. I am sure there are other places that we have high volume of people going through, but
Well,
I'm more,
can I offer maybe the real estate agencies, because
yeah,
coming in looking for properties and
it's possible. I think you may get some kickback from the real estate agencies. They do not want to highlight ticks on their property. We've gone through this once before.
The chilling effect.
When I first started.
Well, as a licensed real estate agent, I will disagree with that. I think that needs to get out, because if you're doing your job, you need to inform your clients about it.
Listen, we'll put them any place we can find them, that we can get, that they'll accept them, that we have high volume, okay? I think that, what you're going to have is a lot of people coming on the island looking for properties, maybe picking them up, never buy a property on the island. You probably get one out of every, and I'm going to guess, one out of every 5 or 10 or 20 people that look at properties buy on Shelter Island. So I don't want to just give them out to the whole world. I would rather see us look at places where we're quite comfortable that they will.
How about the farmer's market?
Farmers market would be great. maybe up at Sylvester Manor on their farm, on their, what do you call it?
Farm
Market.
stand.
Yacht
I'm just
Club
throwing out, I'm
and-
just throwing out.
And Yacht Club, maybe?
Yacht Club will be happy to put out the brochure.
Yeah, so I'm throwing out
Golden State
ideas
Country
that where
Club.
we can get that, so that the people pick it up and they, because if they pick it up and take it home, they want it, as opposed to just a simple mailing to them.
Yeah, and maybe
Yeah.
also the Fit Center.
Yeah.
That would be
Right.
a local community, American Legion. I know IGA would be a private enterprise, but they have some tech literature. And that I always look at what's on the bulletin board as I'm collecting my receipt. So I think that's the
Yeah,
kind of
so-
pull rather than push to align your costs.
Right, so that's the thing. Now comes the question of, so that's the how and the when. Whether we do the mailing or not, we'll discuss one more time, or we'll take a vote on it. The when is the next thing is, I'm a believer we get the best bang for our money in the spring, early spring. Barbara has made a point, and, you know, a good point, that ticks are here all year long. Maybe it'll incentivize some people to open up their property for hunting. If there's any chance of getting a four-poster again, maybe that'll help incentivize people to let us do that. I think that's a very low likelihood. With global warming and or environmental warming, and there, you know, more ticks all year round. And I know I forgot one, Barbara, but anyhow, she makes some good points about it, about putting it out as soon as we can. But my feeling on it is that,
Can I interrupt?
yeah, let me just finish 1 second. The majority of the people are, I'm afraid if we were to do a mailing now, half of it is going to go to New York City or down to Florida, to where people have gone. And I just think that people are more likely to take it, read it, and apply it if we do it in the early spring when the ticks are at their worst, I think.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
now say my other point was, you could have spent the summer on Shelter Island in September, gone to Florida or wherever you are, and be sick and have alpha-gal and not even know about that disease, which is what happened to my son. He was sick with it for, Emily, you probably know how long,
Yeah, at least 3
before he
months.
figured out it was alpha-gal. So having that information early in the year could prevent what happened to him. He got really, really ill, almost had a heart attack. So that was the other point of why doing it now is
Right.
makes some sense.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
Maybe it's both, both the virtual, if you have access to those mailing lists between the parties, plus the, you know, maybe that it could be, you know, both rather than either or, the virtual on the website and pushed to people's emails and then mailed as well. Yeah, I think we're really, I think with the family impact of, I had the 7 trips to the ER and they couldn't figure out I had Lyme's, and my husband with the alpha-gal thought he was having a heart attack and almost crashed the car. We're definitely on the triage
Wow.
focus. So,
Right.
I was just going to offer the idea, it just popped into my mind now as you're speaking, rather than just use lists from like possibly political parties. I think a better route, which would hit more people and probably be more acceptable, would be to hit all the associations. So if the Deer and Tick Committee can come up with a set thing that we want to send, then we reach out to all the associations, of which there are several in Shelter Island, and we ask those, you know, those presidents or those secretaries, boards, could you please disseminate that to all your associations? I think that would reach more people and be more acceptable, probably.
Okay.
Julie, you're talking by email? You're talking by email?
Yeah, by
Yeah.
email, because we've done it with this, like I'm on the Silver Beach Association board,
Right.
and we have done that through our board only, but some things that we came up with, other associations noticed we did it and then they copied us. So I think there's interest out there. We just have to hit the associations and ask them if they do it.
No, I mean, that's a good idea. Whatever it takes to get it out.
Right.
I also think it's important to remember that what we're discussing is a continuation of our educational
Right.
campaign that's been going on for years. This is not something new. We're just looking at different things and different strategies. But we've been doing educational outreach. We did it this year, we did it last year, and the
Right.
years previous. So, you know, this is just more of an effort to reach people that perhaps we haven't met.
Definitely. And I think we, from the Green Market Expo where I got to meet, Julia and Jim, I think we love that content. So I think that was, in my mind, really powerful. And again, yeah, probably just leveraging what's already been done and successful, is really helpful. So that's a new family laminated favorite, in terms of.
Right. And talking about the Green Expo, which we never even discussed, it was very worthwhile. It was very good this year. And it was one of the more enjoyable things I get out of the Deer and Tick Committee, because people come and talk to you. And without exception, everybody said, thank you for what you do, which is nice to hear once in a while. So.
For a change, some appreciation and praise.
Right. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of finalization on what we're going to do here. Julia, are you going to make a strong effort to get all of this onto emails? Is that how we should progress? Because I certainly can't do that.
Yeah, so I think the first step is that we, as a committee, need to decide on what the content is that you want to send out. I would suggest what you said, Doc, which would be the, I forget our official title, the tick management strategy.
Yeah, I got it here.
Like the better document that we always print for the Green Expo. I think that thing,
Right.
it's already created and we created it, right? And it's
Right, no,
very
absolutely.
appropriate content in there. And I think we should get that out to all the associations. I have all the association emails because I'm on
Okay.
one board and we've contacted the other presidents, so we know who that contact person is. We can try to get that out to them and ask them if but I'll send it from my town email, obviously. But I'd like to check with you first that we all agree on what we're sending out before I make the approach to get in touch.
Well, that I think is definitely the way to go. Okay,
Exactly.
now, the
Okay.
question is, now this is again about how to prevent tick bites, essentially.
Correct, which I
Is
think
that best to go out now, or is that best to go out, let's say, April 1st? And I'm going to ask Julia and Scott for their opinion on this, okay? Because that's the committee's going to make that decision.
Well,
I think, listen, there's still ticks out right now, right? And,
There are.
we're only getting, I've been hunting the last couple of weeks and we've only gotten a nice drop in temperature now. I'm covered with ticks every time I go to track. So
Okay,
I think people should get it now and then they should get it again in the spring because that's when they're definitely going to be out. But that's my opinion.
excellent idea. And I would say take a motion for that, if that's, Scott, you have a comment first?
yeah, I just wanted to mention, I mean, we have a very big social media campaign for the county health department. And the big message now at this time is that to remind residents of Shelter Island and Suffolk County that ticks are active.
Right.
Any day the temperature is above 40 degrees, which is most days of our fall and winter. So, people are subjected to potential tick bites throughout most of the winter months. So it's important to have that message about preventing tick bites throughout the whole year. So I think it is important to get it out now because a lot of people think the ticks go away in the winter,
Right.
fall and winter, which is not the case. I mean, hunters are obviously in the thick of things, but it's the people that go, are raking leaves and not really thinking about ticks. They're the ones that are potentially more at risk because they're not really thinking along these lines that they're at risk of being bitten by ticks. So if we remind them that ticks are active in these months when the days are warmer than 40 degrees, I think that's effort well used.
Right.
Correct.
Very good. So so Scott, you would be in favor of what do you call it, distribution now
Absolutely,
and again in the spring?
absolutely.
Okay, let's settle that. So Julia, you take care. I would help you, but my eyes are not good
No,
enough.
I'll
to work
I'll do
my-
it like
work the
tomorrow
computer.
if you want me to.
I want you to start on it tomorrow if you can,
I'll
as long as you
start
got your
on it
time.
tomorrow. No problem.
Great, okay, so that settles that part of it. 2 is the Stony Brook book, okay? I would suggest and again, I'll ask for Julia and Scott, I would suggest we get this in a physical place as many physical places as we can, okay? That people see it and they'll pick it up and take it home and use it as a reference or use it as a thing. I think that trying to send it to everybody is going to be difficult. So that would be my suggestion.
Could we start email lists just between the committee of we just start to do a brainstorming of different places? I mean, we've mentioned a few here verbally, but maybe we should put it in an email to each other just and start like a running list of the places that we'd like to give it out to.
That would be great. And Julie, I'm going to take some with me, so
Can I also ask, how many do we have? Because
Right.
I think I have a box, but we did give out a lot.
Right, no, but I asked Scott to see if he could touch base with them, which he did, and they gave us 300,
500.
500, so we have
Oh,
500.
okay, so that's good. Okay, all right. So we're-
Right.
all
I'd
right.
like to see those disappear by next, April.
Okay, yeah.
So what we want to do is start getting them out. So I'm actually going to be going to the senior center today or tomorrow, so I'm going to bring some over there. All right. But what we should do is maybe start emailing and decide, I'll take this, you take that, you go there. And if we have contacts with people, I've already talked to Dr. Potter. He said he would love to have some up in his office. Okay, I did not talk to Dr. Kelt. If somebody has a relationship with Dr. Kelt, it would be good.
Yeah, I'm his
And the-
neighbor, so that's right.
Yeah, and the only reason I say that because, this comes from Stony Brook. Dr.
Yeah.
Kelt is not Stony
Well, I
Brook
can ask
affiliated. So somebody should ask him if it's got a relationship with them.
So this tick-borne disease reference handbook is also found online. So I see that there are
Right.
links on this
Right.
document. So
Well,
maybe we can update this and add it, and then it'll be on here as well for those that don't have a physical copy. They
What
can
we
go
might
to it.
want to do is just, either put that in there or also just say on there someplace, go to our website for multiple other,
Yeah,
other references.
wherever it is, I think that, it's nice
Yeah.
to direct people that are reading this to other things. If we're handing
Well,
out a
I'll take-
physical.
I can take that link, and when we put it with the deer tick management strategies, we'll put that link from Stony Brook, that like the digital version of that on there too.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that the links are alive,
I'll
that,
test them.
that's the problem with these things. They're great as long as they don't change.
Okay.
So,
Guys, I've got to jump to another call. I'm terribly sorry, but great. Julie, if you need any help, reach out to me.
I will. Thanks, man.
Okay, take care.
Thanks, ma'am. And the next question I have is, do you think when we put these booklets out, we should include our
Yeah.
tick with it? Okay, then what's the cheapest way to get 500 copies of this?
Academy Printing in Southold. That's what the Silver Beach Association uses. Or honestly, you can just go to Staples. You put it on a thumb drive, and they have it done in like half an hour.
Yeah, okay, is that what, is
it has to
that?
be paid from our budget too. So how's-
Right, but what I'd ask is, does the town have a way, what do they use? I mean, do they do anything like this in-house? Just do it cheaper? Or
I think you can pay. I think it was one time accidentally ordered something for the archery program, like personally, and then Amanda from the police department, I think they reimbursed me, or maybe I gave it to you.
Julie, I don't mind paying for it and then having somebody reimburse me, or don't
Then you
even
get
worry
yourself
about it.
reimbursed, yeah.
I just want to get them printed the cheapest way we can for the town.
Yeah.
Concept, but I don't necessarily know that it's actually cheaper than, and actually takes longer
To have it done by the town.
to have it done. Yeah, like it's easier, like Julia said, almost to go to
I
Staples.
usually just turn in a receipt, yeah, and then just get paid.
Fine, okay. So Julia, we want to look at this and see, do we want anything else on
Yeah.
it? Okay, so maybe you and Scott work on that and just come
Yeah.
out with it, have
Yeah.
it printed, and if you need me to run up to Staples, I'll get somebody to drive me up there or something. Otherwise, if anybody goes
No,
by.
to
or
be honest,
yeah.
I can give it to Chris because he's still doing oysters on North Fork and he's off the island almost every day. So I have him do printing for me because I don't go off island, but he'll go off island. And
Julie,
basically,
get-
put it on a thumb drive, you leave it, and then they just call you when it's ready, and then the next day you go pick it up, or it's no big deal.
Julia, let me know, and don't worry about, tell Chris, don't worry about it. We'll get it paid for, okay?
All right.
Okay. Anything else from members of the committee? Barbara and Emily and Russell, anything you guys want to say? Are you comfortable with what we're doing?
I'm really glad that we're going to send information to folks. When you put the link, are you going to use a QR code so that people can use their phone to find that link rather than just the email address?
Well, I was going to have that conversation with Julia. I mean, QR code works when you're handing out a piece of paper, but if you're emailing it, you only have to have the link. You don't
Oh,
need
that's
you don't
right.
need the QR code.
You just have to click on the
We
link.
may
I
need,
forgot.
no, but so that's a good point. I was going to bring this up when we worked on the edits. So we really should have two versions of this. One should have the QR codes, unless we just include it in everything, because we're gonna include that into the tick-borne disease reference handbook. So there, on that piece of paper, you want to have the QR codes.
Correct.
Because you're just going to see an underlined link that says tick management handbook. You're not going to know how to go there. So you definitely need QR codes for that. And it would be a good idea to have a QR code for our deer and tick link so people can easily access it using their phone. So I'll talk to Julia about that, and we'll create a document with links and QR codes so people that have a hard copy can access that material, and those that have the electronic copy can access it as well. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
good.
Just to
Okay.
thank you from me, this is just fantastic and I'm so grateful.
Oh, that's what we do. Okay. We appreciate your being here and giving us your input. And as I said, it's always a pleasure to talk to you and anybody else on this island about deer and ticks. All right, any further business? Otherwise, let's call this meeting. My hunting buddies just came down. Don't know if I'll get out this year, but I'm working it. If the deer stops in the sun, okay, I'm okay. But there's not a lot of sun in the woods.
You're welcome to poor Brander.
Yeah, right.
I'm going hunting this afternoon, so I'll be out.
All right, Julia. Good luck. How's your dog working out?
Very busy. We did a couple tracks in Shelter Island, so for some hunters, so quite busy, quite busy.
Good for you. All right. No further business?
No.
Call the meeting.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.